Tom Homan is Trump's incoming border czar, and he is back with us tonight. And, sir, it's good to see you again. I want to start with, have you seen a noticeable shift in behavior by the leaders of Mexico and Canada after the threat of these tariffs?
Absolutely. I mean, the president of Mexico, they're already making plans on accepting deportations. And a foreign minister of Canada reached out to me a few days ago, and we actually had a conference call with the foreign minister, and I forget the gentleman's name that oversees the RCMP and border security forces. We had an initial conversation about how we can work together to secure the Canadian border. And they're trying to, starve off any sort of tariff from them. So they're coming to the table. Matter of fact, we got a follow-up meeting on December 27th to get more in the weeds on the specifics how we're going to secure the border. So yeah, both Mexico and Canada came to the table pretty quick. Yeah,
I mean, it seems like Trudeau is making moves to do his job on his side, which I think is why his government is collapsing, because he's not going to have any support left once he loses the far left, which is going to hate all of that and hate him working with Trump. I wanted to ask you again, what these operations are going to look like as we get closer to the beginning of it. What will Americans see as this process takes place? Will this be on television? I mean, how's this going to look?
Look, we're going to be very transparent. We're going to be very transparent, and we're going to control the messaging on this. So the operation starts on day one. ICE officers across the country are going to be out on the street looking for illegal aliens with a criminal record and illegal aliens for a national security threat. And there's plenty of them. If you look at the data from the Biden administration, the removal of deportation of criminal aliens has decreased 74%.
Yeah.
So we got a backlog of 4 years of criminals in this country, plus all the criminals came across the new ones. So we got plenty of work to do, especially in sanctuary cities where we're not allowed in the jail. Whether it's Chicago, Cook County, one of the biggest county jails in the nation, or Rikers Island, New York, we haven't been in these sanctuary cities in a long time. The biggest cities in the nation are sanctuary cities, so their jails are not allowed in, which means we got to send whole teams into the neighborhood looking for these people, and that's what we're going to do.
Yeah. You met with Eric Adams, the mayor of New York, recently. Trump's a New Yorker. I know he hates what's happened to the city that he was born and raised in. You're going to get some cooperation here in New York. Can you make a big impact?
Absolutely can. And I'm a native New Yorker. I grew up upstate, but
yeah.
I sat down with Eric Adams, and here's the guy who I've called out for the last couple of years saying he forgot what it's like being a cop and became a politician. Mm-hmm. When I sat down with him, I saw the cop come out, and he's equally concerned. He says he's equally concerned about public safety threats in his neighborhoods too, and the crime rate, especially migrant crime rate, is high. He's aware of the Lake and Riley case that the murderer was arrested in New York City for injury to a child, but because of sanctuary laws, they didn't get turned over to ICE. They went to Georgia and killed this young lady. So he's aware of the public safety threat in New York City. So he doesn't want to be an immigration officer. I don't want him to be an immigration officer. I want his cops to be cops and work with our cops. Cops should always work with cops. So he's all in on helping us find and arrest public safety threats.
Yeah.
He's also all in on helping us find the 340,000 missing children, where many of them will be in New York City. He's all in on that. He's going to try through executive order to get us back into Rikers Island, where we were kicked out a few years ago because of the city council. He's got a fight on his hands with the city council, so I'm kind of impressed that he's willing to take that on to do the right thing for the city.
Yeah. That's interesting. You were on CNN this week. I think it was last night. You were hit with a very familiar line that you're going to get a lot, I think, from the mainstream media. A left-wing host calling what you're about to do inhumane. Let's go ahead and play it out.
There's a lot of mixed status households in the United States. Do you plan to take both parents into custody if there are minor children in the house?
If you're in the country illegally, and you got order of deportation, we're going to arrest you, we're going to detain you, we're going to remove you. What kind of message we send to the whole world? Go ahead and cross the border illegally, which is a crime. Ignore a judge's order of deportation, but have a baby, and you're fine. If we do that, then shut down the immigration court, because the orders don't mean anything anymore, and take the border patrol off the border.
I mean, I don't understand why it's so hard for people to understand that the system obviously is being gamed. And we're supposed to just have compassion for people that are gaming the system of immigration here and just throw away all the laws, I guess.
Well, exactly. And it all started on the show, The View, Island of Misfit Toys. They're claiming I'm going to deport U.S. citizens. Look, I'm not deporting U.S. citizens. It's illegal to deport U.S. citizens. But if you choose, when you know you're in this country illegally,
Yeah.
And in many cases, you know you've been ordered deported after getting due process. If you choose to have a child in this country, that's on you. You put yourself in that position. So you can either leave the child here or take them with you. That's a parent's decision, and that's their decision only. But the ones with the order deportation, they're leaving. We're deporting them.
Tom Homan, incoming border czar. Sir, thanks for making the time. We appreciate it. You know, everybody's reporting the same stories, the same spin. You turn the channel, it's always the same. But not us. We're different. We report the real news. No spin, just the facts. Turn to us, and you won't turn back.
Tune in to Rob Schmitt Tonight on Newsmax.